Those are the floodgates. We can get them closed. The water will recede in about 12 hours or so. Alright, let's get going. That still doesn't solve the problem of having a stupid amount of mud all over the place, which was the original problem to begin with. If you're just gonna walk past the area regardless, I guess it is cold enough out, it could just harden into, harden into ice. But then it'd be hard to walk on with your feet because it's all icy. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not one to judge how people deal with their problems. To aid the people of our enemy, this is time and energy we can't afford. So we're going to take a portion of our supplies and distribute them among the locals. What? Are you serious? Our opponent is a Daean army. We have no quarrel with these people. Plus, if you're trying to defeat them, in theory you're also trying to depose their throne. So after you win this battle, you should take over the land. And it's much easier to take over the land when you're loved by the citizenry. Think a little bit more long-term there. Maybe that peerage that little Ike was given could be a large portion of the Daean land. Pray for your eternal happiness. No, wait. Forget about me. This is my final crest. Farewell, Nazir. Was the traitor after all. Again, no matter the reason, I owe him at least a singular stabbing. I do not abide by traitors. Very disappointed in you, Nazir. We have no idea how to rule a nation. What happens to a country that loses a war? Everything is destroyed. Homes, lands, crops, everything. And the citizens. Not treated as... Okay, that's not how real war works. Yes, of course, there's some abuse by soldiers, taking goods from the common citizenry to be able to feed the armies, as the machine must march on. But there's no point in ruling land if there's no people to rule over. Take your taxes, take your fees. Usually you leave the common citizenry alone beyond the needs of your army. I don't know what Soren's talking about, but it makes them seem like much worse people than they were before. Your bodyguard? Oh, so strong. Watch out, my lady. Here, she's close to her impressive girl. Keep an eye on her. Don't let those nasty Crimeans get near her. Talk about the lack of self-awareness. You just walked to the capital and thought, oh, if you march to the capital, how did you not notice the whole army there at the doorstep and around the camp? Some people just need to update their situational awareness a little bit. Receive some paltry sum of money and be swept under the rug somewhere. Mark my words. Soren, you're being so rude. Surely the apostle of all people would never do such a thing. And this General Zelga seems sincere enough to me. Come on, Soren, I've heard of situations like that you describe, but whether that's such a case, must have been fortunate to receive this goodwill. Why would you always search for such ulterior motives? Yes, we must. Have you forgotten Nazir? That sort of naive attitude that allowed him to remain undetected for so long. Well, don't seem to get it. We are at war. All doubt, no matter how small, must be extinguished. I don't disagree with Soren here. Given the opportunity, Benyan being the overlord and formerly controlling all of that land that the other human nations hold, they might try and unify their lane once more, taking over Daean, taking over Crimea, and leaving her as a figurehead, but still a subordinate nation. Seems like a good opportunity to do so. Plus, if all the Crimean army is gathered in one place after defeating the Daean army, be a little knife in the back, and lo and behold, Benyan controls it all once again. Mason, what is it? Like this, the moment he set foot in this room, he's just staring at the walls. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I guess that's a good enough reason to go crazy. If someone was writing on the walls in a way only I could see, I would stare and read as well. I guess you can imagine what went on here. Nothing good in the short term. Okay, maybe we need to come up with a new plan, because this one, of just running across the bridge, seems to be remarkably ineffective. Goodness me. Nice dodge. Dodge. I mean, it's a giant boulder. You can't really dodge a boulder. I'll lead you to another hiding place. What are you saying? Lucia? Can we yourself Joffrey? Bastion? Luck is not with us, Princess. We have no choice. We'll have to abandon our companion in Castle Delbray. We have an army! I don't know why you're acting like it's so weird. We brought an army with Valencia. They're attacking us with a small group. Just go axe him! Should only be one bad guy remaining, if my math is right. Usually is. Oh, nope, there's two. I guess I am bad at math. Oh, there's three? What the heck? Yet lo, what do I find before my eyes? A man so noble and true, without peer, as one would beset the moon herself with lust. General? Sorry about that, must have dozed off. What were you saying? Something about the moon or something? Man, you was tired and unaware how your body does cry out for rest. But please you, I would be a mind to take part in a sweet and soothing draught, a warm beverage and pleasant to the lips. Offering me a cup of tea in your tent, I accept. That is what you're offering, right? Oh, I apologize in advance if I fall asleep again. I am really tired. It's not the fact that you speak in tongues and riddles. Overly complicated when you could just say, you want some tea, it'll help you sleep. Ah, got you now. Eat rock. Ha, eat rock. I'm pretty clever. Eek! Look out, above us! I want it to be noted that, in theory, this guy should be able to run through 5 people and murder them all, but instead, when he joins us, he's going to be just like any other unit, only being able to attack 1 per round. Let the record state that I am very disappointed. You're never careless, Mist, I know that. You kept the medallion next to you at all times. You told me it was a keepsake of your mother, and you always took care of it, didn't you? Why, it's not your fault, so please, don't punish yourself anymore, alright? Princess Alency, well, yes, it may not be her fault. Big picture, she's a child, it's a very important object, probably should have been left with her in the first place, regardless of circumstance, that she could carry it. But it is her fault for trusting Nazir, and trusting anyone, and more importantly, it's her father's fault for telling her not exactly what's going on with the whole medallion thing. How about hey, don't show this to anyone ever. Ever. Period. End of story. So, there's a lot of fault everywhere. Come on, why are you dressed like that? I'll join you in the battle lines. But a Pegasus? Where'd you get that? Belonged to my great-grandmother. I'm a bit nervous about riding him, but I'm going to try nonetheless. Okay. Horses don't live that long. I guess Pegasi are different. Oh, this one has a horn. Pegasi normally have... Okay, I guess they do when they're promoted? I don't know. Regardless, it's weird that Pegasi lived this long. But really, really cool that your great-grandmother had a Pegasi and you get to ride it as well. Easy. Yes. Perfect. A big cliff there, which is unfortunate, but understandable. That's how terrain works, and you can't really move cliffs so much. Turns out it takes a little bit more effort than average to do that sort of thing. Only wish is to be beside the one I love. If that's not to be, then it don't matters not what happens to me. I think I understand it now. Okay. So the dragon that the old king rides, I assume is her beloved, being forced to stay as a dragon the entire time. It's been a while since I played, so I don't remember these things offhand, but I'm guessing that's what it is. And that's why she's been helping out Dane, is she wants to keep her beloved alive, the Laguz that she has been gonna relate. Okay, it all makes sense. I still don't like it, but it makes sense. Okay, so, I mean, it's possible. Got him! Going stronger, I commend you. Aha! It only took 6 attempts. What is it, like 35 attacks? To trigger a 1 in 4? That seems fair. That seems fair and balanced. Just stupid. Not great. Fortunately, he is just out of range to seize. Oh, hello. Fortunately, he was just out of range to seize. More experience, you know. This is horrible. Oh, that's another thing to murder him for. Opernov and the others are alright. They behaved as if nothing had happened, but I could see they were in pain. Dungeon was the most vile thing I'd ever seen. I'm glad you weren't there. Also glad they didn't show it to us, because I very much do not want to lose my breakfast. Not that I ate breakfast, but you know, it's the saying. And also, just to keep the rating, they had to make it so nothing was shown, but apparently it was very, very horrid. Tell me, Bryce, were you my father's retainer, were you not? 15th year of my life, 20 more years until his death, I did serve him faithfully. The thing that killed my father was not the plague, nor was it an illness, it was me. What? Oh, it isn't in there. My stepmother too, and every brother who stood as a legitimate heir. All of them died by... Wow. I mean, I thought when I played Crusader Kings 3, I was brutal, but this man, he was like the 15th in line or something ridiculous like that? So much they was barely heard of? If that's true, then my goodness, that's ridiculous. Oh. You will do 22 points of damage because Thunder is super effective against Dragon types. That's not what Pokemon taught me. What you doing, game? Very anticlimactic final battle. Again, 2 people on our team can hurt him, and only one of them can do it reasonably well. Thus it is just standing here while everybody else waits around. Thank you, daughter of Elena. In memory of my departed sister, I accept a medallion from you. Hope he doesn't go mad. Admittedly, he's Heron, and he's basically incapable of violence, as this playthrough has shown. Got stabbed multiple times and had to redo certain parts. So I'm not too worried if he goes berserk. We just, I don't know, throw a net over him, and that should be enough.
I'm nervous. I've spent my whole life in hiding.
Your whole life, except for like the past 2 years. Seriously? Come on.
I don't think I'm...
You had many years to prepare for this.
I don't think
Get over yourself. Mordecai, 22. Wow, seriously? Okay, 37 for Titania. 34, 54. Logan has 62. Jill has 71. And then finally, in our top 3, Soren, or top 5, Soren is in 5th with 85. Kieran is 9th. Wow, okay. Falconite Marcia in 3rd. Ike only in 2nd, so that means our boy Boyd wins the battle. Yeah, with a huge amount of victory over his companions. I guess I did use him a ridiculous amount towards the beginning, but still, that is a surprising top 5 somewhat. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to follow links down below if you want to see some of my content, and I will see you all next time.